All right, here he is, Tyson Nam, back on the show after a huge win this past Saturday at UFC San Diego, knocking out Ode Osbourne in the first round. Tyson, how are you?
Feeling like the man right now.
Absolutely, and that performance bonus can't hurt.
No, it always puts a bigger smile on top of your face when you hear that. Drinks on me, drinks on me. You're just thinking all the time when you get that performance of the night bonus.
How many performance of the night bonuses do you have?
This will be my second one now. Second one in 6 fights. So trying to chalk them up.
Yes, sir. Well, let's talk about, preparing for Ode Osbourne. I actually interviewed him leading up to this fight. I don't know if he said this to other journalists, during media week and whatnot, but he told me that he felt like he has more power than you. And clearly that wasn't the case. You put him out. Did you feel disrespected going into this fight because you were a pretty sizable underdog?
Not at all. I mean, understandable because I my last fight was in 19 months, coming off of major surgery. Yeah, I mean the odds were probably where they should have been for a typical fighter, but not for me. Not for me.
Did you feel, as close to 100% as you could going into the fight after the ACL tear?
Oh, I feel even better than I was before I got injured. You know, the amount of rehabbing and strength training and just even pulling in new coaches, man, I feel, that was I think that was like my 34th, 33rd, 34th professional mixed martial arts fight. And I have not felt this prepared in any one of those fights like I did for this. Everything was just spot on perfect. I felt strong, I felt good, felt fast. I just needed to make sure that the way I was feeling was the the way that my body was gonna perform when I stepped up into that cage.
I was rewatching the fight before this interview, and they're talking. Actually, Bisbing and DC were arguing about you smiling during the fight, but you're just kind of a happy guy by nature. I have to imagine that you were happy just to be back in the cage performing again. Was there any truth at all to a shot that Ode hit you with hurt you, and you were smiling to show your poker face?
No, he hit me with the kicks. I mean, it didn't hurt. It was just like a little bit sadistically, like it kind of feels good for me when I get hit. Like I said, when I get hit, it kind of makes me feel alive. You get that adrenaline going, like, okay, it's about to be my turn. So for some reason it feels a little bit good when I get hit. I wasn't hurt or anything, but you know, I really do not remember during the fight that I was smiling that much. In my head, when he kicked me the first time in my body, I thought that was the only time that I kind of grinned. But then when I rewatched the fight, I was like, why the hell am I smiling the entire fight? I don't even remember that,
Well,
but I guess
hey,
it happened.
clearly you were happy to be back, man, in the UFC octagon, and the fans were happy to see you back. As far as preparing for Ode, it's a guy that moves around a lot. He's got great movement, feet movement, head movement, and all of that. What was the game plan going in against him?
Oh man, Ode is so athletic. He's so fast that I needed to figure out a way to where I could be right in front of him, just positioning myself. So just going over with coaches on like the placements where I needed to be in order for me to let go of that right hand. Just because he's got a 73-inch reach, that's got to be the longest reach in the flyweight division. I mean, that's pretty long even for weight classes above us, like 2, 3 weight classes above us. 73. Oh my gosh. So I really needed to pay attention to my P's and my Q's on where I was when I threw. Otherwise, I'd be swinging at air. And I know I whiffed on a couple of those punches early on in the fight, but made some adjustments and was able to make that connection.
Did you pick up on something that he was doing? I know in the post-fight show they said it felt like just watching the way you were moving in there, that you were picking up on his timing that maybe led to the KO.
Yeah, I know DC was saying like he was hitting me, this and that. It was all calculated movements for myself. He was gonna hit me, but I was blocking it. I was missing it. I was putting that in my memory bank. Like I said, I needed to be in the proper position in order for me to throw. He's got 73-inch reach. I got a 68-inch reach. 5 inches. I mean, a quarter of an inch, you'll miss a punch, let alone 5 inches. So I needed to make sure that I was calculating everything and putting myself in position. So, me moving around, squaring him off, and just getting in range so that I could throw punches and land that right hand. That was it right there.
And the commentator said after the fight was over that you had some new coaches around you from Gracie Tactics. Did you change gyms, or is this just a couple of new coaches that you've added to your repertoire on your team?
Well, first off, Rylan Lazarez and Ivan Flores, they are the coaches of another UFC fighter. You guys might know him by the name of Max Holloway. So, just putting those guys in my corner, I'm gonna be in good hands. But the funniest thing is, Rylan Lazarez, he was actually my first corner when I first started this career in 2006. I don't think people know like how far back that goes. So having him being a main coach, and even having Ivan Flores being my striking coach, they just work hand in hand. They work like cookies and cream, man. It's perfect all the way around.
That's great to hear. And I got to ask you about fighting in San Diego. Obviously, UFC San Diego was hopping. Everyone was having a great time there. What was the venue, the fans, and the whole energy like there in the arena?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, first time fighting again in front of fans for 2 or 3 years. I think my last one was in New Zealand when I fought Kai. So otherwise, it was just you could hear crickets up in the crowds the entire time. But man, I mean, like I was the third fight of the night, and so I mean, the crowd probably wasn't even 30% filled. But man, 30%. I could definitely feel their cheers, their roars when we was fighting, and I was just happy that that I could feed and thrive off of that excitement that I gave to them.
And obviously, you had to do your post fight, media obligations, go do your interviews and whatnot. But did you get a chance to kind of kick back with your team and watch the rest of the fights?
We did. I mean, still COVID protocols. As soon as you fight, you're shipped right back to the hotel up on top of a shuttle. And we literally got to the hotel room. We were just like dicking around, eating some pizza, and probably it took like 30 minutes for us to be like, "Hey, the fights are on the television. Just turn on these damn fights." So we watch all of the main card up in the hotel room. I mean, that's what we really want. We want to watch some more fights. I mean, it took me two minutes and some change. So I mean, we wanted to watch more people getting punched in the face. So I mean, we hung out in the hotel room till the fights were done. Then thank God the hotel we're at, they had like a little lobby bar and whatnot. It was literally that was the best after party to me. I don't want to go to a club to where I can't even conversate or hear someone talking. So we hung out there all night, and it was great.
Very cool. Before we transition to a couple other things, I wanted to get your take on the main and co-main event. Obviously, that co-main event with Onama and Landwehr was an amazing fight. And then, so I just want to ask, what did you think as far as that goes, as far as, maybe one of the best fights of the year so far? And then second question is, what's next for Cruz and Vera? Does Vera earn a title shot? And do you think Cruz maybe should, walk away now and focus on other things?
Like it's never for me to tell to predict the future for another fighter, because I mean, for myself, I probably had like four ups and downs in this career. People are probably telling me to walk away after the first or the second one, so I'm never in any position. But I mean, the co-main event was just rocking. It was hats off. Oh my god, those those guys deserve more than the $50,000 with the beating that they put on top of each other. The main event lived up to its hype. Cheeto with another highlight reel knockout. I mean, the sky's the limit for that guy. And I mean, Dominic was doing really good. I mean, it was a really good fight. It wasn't like someone was just getting outclassed, manhandled or anything. It was good back and forth up until that high kick. I mean, you hit anybody with that high kick, I bet you every single person will go down. Yeah. So I mean, sky's the limit for Cruz. Co-main, main event. I mean, fire all the way around, and that's all I got to say for those guys.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
all.
it was a fantastic card, top to bottom. I got to ask you about what the California State Commission said. They're telling you that they're not going to license you again to fight at 125. They want you to move up to 135. You weighed in at 126. Fight night, you were 146.2. And I guess anything more than 16% is a violation, and you were at 16%. So what's your thought process as far as that goes? Obviously, you're big for the weight class. Do you feel like you could go through what they need you to do to get back down and make 125 if you fight in California in the future?
Comical, bunch of comedians. Do they weigh in before they go and judge fights? No, they don't. You know, I've never once in my life, 33, 34, and bunch of amateur fights, never once missed weight. I made weight. I mean, the weigh-ins are from 9 to 11. I made weight with 1 whole hour to spare. So I don't see the problem. I didn't cheat or anything. I did what they had to do. Just so happens that when I rehydrate, I hold on to water a little bit better. I mean, but is there like a time frame? Would you know of like when I'm like prohibited from fighting in California? Because that amount of period of time, I mean, I'm sure that they'll never not let me. There's probably like a probation period or something of that sort. I mean, I don't know, but whatever that probation period is, that they don't want me to entertain the fans of California, man, losses on them, jokes on them, because I'm here to entertain. I play by the rules, and I make exciting things happen.
Yeah, I think based on the reading that I did, that you would have to basically go through some weight cutting tests to show that you can get down there safely moving forward. I don't know how many times you'd have to do it, but that's what I saw when I was digging into it and reading about it. So I don't know. I wonder how different that would be just from fighting in Nevada.
I think it's very different. I don't think, I mean, off of the top of my head, I know that California State Athletic Commission is the strictest, right, out of any athletic commission. So, yeah, I was, you know, like when I started my weight cut, I had to cut about 10.6 pounds, which is not 10% of my body weight. 10% is the number where your kidneys start to fail, if you want to break it down scientifically. And I did not reach that 10%, so I was in no danger. Cutting weight hurts. It sucks whether you have to cut 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. I've once done 16 pounds in 12 hours.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. Then we can talk about dangerous. But if I'm doing 10, that's still a cakewalk park for the things that I've done in the past. So until they want to go and make weight with me, hey, I guess I won't be fighting in California anytime soon. Sorry, fans.
Okay, well, very well said, man. I'm with you there 100%. What, real quick, what was it like for you to cut 16 pounds in 12 hours? That must have been hell.
Death. Here's a story. Ricky, Simone, and I, only two, we go all the way to St. Petersburg, Russia from Hawaii, which is literally like a 40-hour travel, right? They fly us in late. Friday morning weigh-ins. They land us Thursday morning. So as soon as we land, we got to start cutting weight. I just got off of the plane. I have no idea what I'm weighing, right? I'm not we're on an airport. We're traveling 40 hours. We get to the hotel. I'm feeling a little bit, weathered down. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm probably like pretty skinny. I'm probably pretty low. I step on the scale, 142, 143 pounds. I'm like, I guess we should start cutting the weight right now. So I mean, after 40 hours of travel, jet lag, we're in and out the sauna. My Ricky Simone, he's trying to time me, but since he's jet lagged as well too, he's actually falling asleep outside the sauna while he's supposed to be timing me. He fucking wakes up from time to time in a panic, like I'm like dead in the sauna. But oh man, yeah, 16 pounds in 12 hours. And the promotion themselves, they were worried that I wasn't going to make weight, because it took me right up to the minute to actually make that weight. And man, I can't even explain what it is. My vision was blurry. I needed help walking to the scale. I didn't care if I was walking around with nothing on in front of the entire me. I did not care. But man, yeah, that was an experience. You come in late, you got 16 pounds in 12 hours. You're on a time frame. You got these Russian cats asking you good? You good? No, I'm not good. But that's that. Yeah, one person, one man with me, and but we still got it. We still hit the mark. So I am flawless in making weight.
Well, you just made weight again this past Saturday, and you said after the fight that you'd like to fight again soon. If the UFC presented you with the perfect opponent, how soon again could you cut this weight and fight again inside the octagon?
I told them 2 months. I was lying. Give me 3. Give me 3. Now that I come to my senses, like 3 to 4 months for me is actually like a perfect time frame, just because I can help to rebuild my body, get it healthy again. And there's definitely a lot of things in my game that I would like to work on, with my new coaching staff. Obviously we're going in the right direction, and we just got to keep on pounding at those things that we are working on to, hey, I'm gonna be even better next time I fight around. This was 13 months post-op ACL surgery. I don't know who comes back just as good or better, but man, I think I broke the mold. But 13 months, that's not even 100%. So the next time I come around, I'm gonna look even better, and that'll be mind-blowing for you guys.
Who do you want next? I know you said you're going to announce it on your Instagram. I don't see that you've done that yet. I know you had 2 fights with Ulanbekov that were canceled. Is that who you're hoping you get in there with next? Or is there someone else you have in mind?
Tagir, no, that we try to do that 2 times, same exact scenario. That's a cursed fight already. We can't do it again. It just does not want to happen. It's not in the MMA gods book for it to happen. I knew I said I would call someone up. I literally have not had enough time to I've been playing hypocrite. I've been doing other things. I haven't been doing my homework on who's even lined up, who's available. But it'll be soon. It'll be soon. But man, I haven't even done my homework yet, so I don't even know who's on top of the availability list per se right now. I'm such a hypocrite right now.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you've had a lot going on, my man, especially after that big win this past Saturday at UFC San Diego. Tyson, again, it's always great to talk to you, my man, and congrats on the W. Before I do let you go, I want to give you the floor. Please tell people where they can follow you on social media, and if you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
Follow me on Instagram, Namino11, Twitter, plain and simple, Tyson Nam. You guys can see everything in my life. That's where it drops.